Pledge of Allegiance, and I've got a special guest here today. I want to introduce Judge Caperton. He's our Court of Appeals judge, correct? Or is that you?
Well, I'm circuit court.
Running for Court of Appeals.
Go back to Court of Appeals where Lambert has gone up to the lofty Supreme Court and opened up my former seat.
Okay, I want to make sure I get that right, but he's here today, and I've asked him if he'd be kind enough to open us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If y'all would please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Y'all enjoy your court meeting. I've got about 85 days to win this election.
Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck.
We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of our minutes from our previous meeting. You've all received a copy of the minutes. What would be your pleasure?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Motion and a second to accept the minutes as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. No old business to discuss today. We do have new business. I've got with us today Ms. Charlotte Keeney from the library. I guess you've set your tax rates for the coming year?
Yes. Thanks for letting me come today on such short notice. We just set this yesterday. If you'll look, I think most of you have a copy of this. The tax rate, we are taking the compensating tax rate, which is 6.7 for real property.
If, just let the minutes reflect that Charlotte appeared and complied with her statutory obligation of presenting that information to fiscal court.
So that's actually trying to see what last year.
Last year's was 6.6. The compensating rate, of course, you probably already know this, is supposed to guarantee you the same amount of money that you took in last year. It's according to property values and assessments.
Don't have any questions for Ms. Keeney? We appreciate you coming to court.
Okay.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Brings us in to our department reports. Road Department, Eugene.
All I've got today is a road work request and a request for 400 ton of blacktop.
You get a copy of your road work request. What would be your pleasure?
There's a couple of speed limits on
Yeah,
it.
I've got a speed limit sign on Goldenberg Lane, 15 miles an hour.
Okay, then we'll need a motion to approve the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit on Goldenberg.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
On mine, Steve, on Lancelot Drive, Taylor Maintenance is going to be doing the contractor work instead of the road department. Yeah, I've got a speed limit there.
Okay, let me catch up with you here. You're going to do, Taylor's going to be doing that instead of road?
Yeah, Taylor Maintenance on Lancelot Drive.
In the first, you say, Jason, you got a,
Yes, Falls
Speed limit.
Drive, 20 miles per hour.
Motion.
Second.
we have a motion and a second to set the speed limit there. Yeah, I still don't even see it. Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. And you've got two, Mark? and-
I've got 25 mile an hour on Dry Branch and 15 mile an hour on Paradise and Hale Meese.
We need first on Dry Branch end to set the speed limit. Need a motion for that.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, what was your second one, Mark?
Paradise Road and Helmies Road, 15 miles an hour.
Motion.
Second.
We got a motion and second. This is for, let's do Paradise Road first. Motion second to set 15-mile-an-hour speed limit on Paradise. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then we need a motion for Hale Meese Road to set the mile per hour, 15 miles per hour. Have a motion for Hale Meese?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, and then I guess to accept the rest of the road work request. We need a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries.
Thank you.
You didn't ask for your blacktop there. We need a motion for 400 tons of blacktop.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And start to say something.
Yeah. Thank you, Gene.
Thanks.
Before we move on from road work, just a refresher, I know magistrates all know this, but I've been getting some calls, and as you all know, the general rule is the county cannot go on private property to work on water issues. And we're supposed to have a lot of rain here maybe the next day or two, and I figure you guys will start getting calls again. And I know that you get calls about one neighbor comes in and does something to their land, and they push the water across the road on another neighbor's land, and they're wanting the county to come in and fix all of that and fix it where it doesn't flow over to the neighbor or another neighbor beyond that over the hill. And that's not, you can't do that. You can't go on private property, and I'm telling the public this really more than the magistrates, you all know it, but we can't use county equipment on private property to divert water just because somebody doesn't like where it's going. If you don't like where your neighbor has diverted their water to, then you have to go hire a private attorney, and they can advise you on what your rights would be and your responsibilities with regard to that flowing water on your land. The only time the county can go on private property is when there are water issues that are causing damage to a county road. Then you have the right, the county has the right to go on private property and take whatever steps are necessary to fix that where the county road is no longer being damaged due to that water. The county then has to repair the property back to the condition that you found it in. And other than that, there's no going on private property just because somebody doesn't like the way that the water is running onto that property. So I know you magistrates are getting a lot of calls about that, especially when we get unusually large rains. So I wanted to go ahead and make this statement so maybe the public would understand in general that you can't do that. And I always, for those in the public that don't know, I always tell all the magistrates, I don't want to go to federal prison, and I don't want them to go to federal prison. And when you use county resources for private purposes, that's a possibility. So we don't want anybody going down that road. So just so the public will know and be understanding about that and not expect the magistrates in this court to do things that they legally can't do.
Thank you. Next then on the agenda will be our sheriff. You've got a couple of things for us, I believe, today, don't you?
Okay, y'all should have a copy of this tax settlement. It looks like this. This is on page 3. On county purposes, The total charges were $2,254,678. We had credits, delinquent taxes, court order adjustments, discounts, and which amounted to $79,701, which left a net collection of $2,174,977. Out of that, we took the sheriff's commission of $92,436, less return checks of $103, and refund of taxes collected this current year, $2,068. This left amount due to the county of $2,080,368. They paid $2,080,468. It's left over payment $100, 11 cents, which they'll deduct out of October's payment to y'all. Any questions, I'll try to answer.
I don't see Linda here today. She's not here. I'm gonna give you a question you may or may not be able to answer.
We've tried.
I see where you've collected delinquent property taxes. Do you know what percentage that you've collected? And what
A little over
percentage?
98% of the taxes.
98% of them have been,
Right.
so there's 2% out.
Right.
Okay. All right, I just didn't know if we had that figure.
Yeah. Okay, if I get you to
All right,
sign
thank
this
you.
for me, the state wants you to sign it.
All right.
Or you can set new rates here.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Cheated at just, cheated you so bad. It's a handout. You don't have to memorize it.
I don't have to, I was gonna say, the form passing test.
Keep one from.
You got memorized it? Here.
I have a slightly different proposal, I guess, than what you all are used to getting. I want to propose a way that the county can save $51,492 per year. As you all know, all of our police agencies in the state have trouble hiring and retaining police officers. We have most folks, when they retire out, they retire at 20 years and they go on to pursue another career. Through the retirement system now, there's a way that to rehire those folks without paying them their benefit package. So I have, we actually tried this on one, John, and I think it's worked pretty good. If you'll look at the top up here, the retired certified deputy benefits are straight zeros down the road. And if I hire a deputy, a new hire, and put him through training, his training time plus his first year just benefits, that's not salary, is $37,783. Substantial. New hire package for certified deputies after training, this is after that first year, is $25,000. This is counting hazardous duty retirement, and we tried to figure this at the new rate, the 39.58%.
That lovely new rate.
Yeah, that lovely new rate. And the life insurance policy, the medical insurance, which they also don't have to pay if they're retired.
We don't pay that anymore.
No, and they're covered if they're.
I know they're covered under the state's plan if they retired. But normally on retired re-employees, we still have to pick up their insurance.
Not
Under this plan.
You do not under what this.
What we're, not under this program.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of them do take out the life insurance, but still $50 is, that's a
kinda-
small price tag.
That's minimal.
Yes.
Of course, all agencies are doing this once the retirement system changed to allow it to happen. The state police, I think they are paying their people $10,000 plus, and I talked to some of the command staff, and they're going to try to go up this year maybe to $15,000. What I would like to propose is to attract retired certified deputies. It's hard to bring them in at entry-level pay. They just won't hardly come back for entry-level pay. Plus, they have a lot of training, they have a lot of experience that's very, very valuable to us. So, of that $25,164.21, I'm asking you all to make an investment of $8,000 so I can attract these new hires. And it still leaves the county saving $17,164.22 per deputy. And currently, I have the possibility of 3 of these positions. So those 3 positions would add up to $51,492.63 per year. Let me see if I'm missing anything here.
So they would retire and then be hired back by you?
Well, they wouldn't necessarily retire from the sheriff's office. They could be retired from any police.
Any police agency?
Any
But I'm
police
just talking
agency.
about our current ones. that
Yeah,
we-
and they're required to wait
3 months.
a certain amount of time before they can
Or a
come
month.
back.
And then we would hire them back at entry pay
No.
plus 8,000, or their
Yeah,
current pay when they left?
Entry pay plus 8,000.
Okay.
Entry pay is about 32,000, so you're looking at, to attract a retiree, $40,000.
Okay.
As the last statement there, I believe it's fiscally responsible of us to invest $8,000 of taxpayers' money in order to save $17,164.21 per deputy. In addition, we gain the experience and the trained deputy back. And I've got a couple of school resource officers that are going to fall under this due to the retirements that we've had, and another anticipated retirement at the end of this month. That's the quickest way and the best way I can fill these school resource officers' positions. So I guess I'm asking for your all's.
I have one other question. Where does that fall in line with a retired deputy coming back on? Where does that fall in line, salary rise versus the current?
That's what I said. The current salary,
I mean, I'm talking about the average.
average were that what they were working,
Yeah,
what they were
well,
making
no,
when they
I'm
left.
talking about the current deputies that you have on staff.
Mhm.
What is their average payout? And is this averages out to be, you know what I'm saying? Are they getting paid more than our current deputies?
In some cases, it would be. The newer, younger deputies, they would be getting paid more.
The younger ones I can understand, but.
Yeah, but the ones that's
But if
been
you got
there,
somebody
the
who's been
ones
there
that's been there
15 years, is he
for
gonna make
probably,
less?
the ones that's been there probably for 7 years plus, they're not making more.
Okay. That's what I was just wanted to make sure
Mhm.
there.
Those are estimates.
Anything?
Need an answer on this today? Is that what you're,
Well, I thought it was a pretty simple question.
all right.
Well, actually, it's not. I mean, because I have a lot of questions that I really don't want to, I want to ask you about. And number one, the biggest question is, you know, we've already set our budget. And when we set this year's budget, it was a very tight budget. So,
That would, in my opinion, be all the better reason to do it, because these are not new positions. These are, we are refilling positions that you're paying out $25,000 in benefits. So the fiscal court should come out this year to the good, because you're saving,
But
you're
not
saving
only-
3 times 17,000.
but yes,
I don't
Gallons of this or-
see the negative
well,
effect
but
of
no,
that.
I can see some negative, because, and I'm not, I'm just, this is what I'm here for. But the fact is we already, the county already supplements your salaries.
Right.
And for those 3 positions, we've already supplemented for those 3 positions, a portion or all or whatever. And now you're asking for another 8,000 on top of what we're already supplementing. Even though it's saving in benefits, it's adding on the other flip side when there's already money in the budget for those people.
You're not adding to your numbers, you're just,
No, I'm not saying he is, but those three, let's just say use three people, they're already in the amount, for their salaries, they're already in the amount that's set, that we,
Would their salaries not be more than 40,000 right now if they're retiring out? I mean,
in most cases. But some of them, if we're filling with somebody that's retiring, yes, but because we're bringing them back in at a lower rate and than what they were making when they left if they're retiring out. And like I said, they may not actually be an employee of the sheriff's office, but they are still coming back into the sheriff's office, replacing someone who retired out at what should be a higher rate.
you know, if
And
they
you're
retired,
saying you would be replacing them anyway with a
That's
new,
right. We're
with a
going to
new
have to
deputy,
replace them.
And then you would be out the full amount. Or if
Exactly.
you replace them with,
I think I see where she's coming from. What if we were replacing a new deputy that is making less than the current deputy coming in?
and that's not what I'm looking at. I mean, I know where I'm going, but it's ultimately your all's.
we want to make sure we
wanna
got
make
money
that-
to cover it too, but that sounds like a good idea. What-
Sounds
what
like a
the
good
sheriff is
idea.
I mean,
doing
it
now.
does sound like a good idea. I just like to put everything to paper before, I wish, wish you brought this to me.
I agree. I agree, just wait till next, can you wait 2 weeks, or is it something that has to be done now?
We can do what we have to do. Two of these people I hired in under the
Assumption we were going to
under
pass.
the understanding I was going to make an attempt to do this.
Yeah, I make a motion, we go ahead and do the, what, $8,000 into the pay.
Second. Can it be, if we go ahead and do this motion today?
We've got a motion and a
And she-
second. We've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion, and
Yeah.
we voted up or down.
I'm just asking a question here. If we go ahead and approve this today, would, and she finds there's something wrong with the program, can that be changed?
Yes.
Okay.
Other than if you've executed a contract with the
Yeah.
employee.
And I'm glad you brought that up.
They're one-year contracts is what.
These are contract employees. These are one-year contract employees. So we bring them in as a contract employee. They serve for 1 year. If they do a good job and everything looks to us the way it does on paper, then we renew the contract. If it doesn't, the contract's terminated at that time.
I just want to make sure we got it programmed.
And Joan, if there's anything that we need, I'll
Well,
work
you and I
with
can, we'll go over it, we'll
Yeah.
hash it out if there's anything after I look at it in depth.
Okay,
No worries.
okay.
Any further discussion then? We've got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
I didn't need to budge on it.
Next in will be solid waste. Yes, Tim?
I just have one property that needs to be mowed. That's at 153 Harts Place Drive. Attached a picture of that for you all.
Motion to mow.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. All right. Next then will be Aaron with 911.
Good morning. The only thing I have a full-time position that I'd like to take one of our part-timers and move her to, and that's Samantha Burdine. I'd like to ask the court's recommendation to move her from part-time to full-time.
Motion.
Second. We have a motion to move Samantha Burdine from part-time to full-time. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.
Easy breezy.
Next then will be our jailer. He's already up here. Got a policy manual to look at, right?
I think you've already got the copy of the policy manual for y'all's review, so I just make a motion that y'all would review it and accept it.
We have,
I want to
Motion.
read it first.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Have any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. All right, that brings us into our treasurer's report.
Yes.
Joan?
The first item I have would be the fourth quarterly report for fiscal year 2018-19. Since we just finished it, this is one that I have to read the numbers off, so I'll be quick and try to be right. In the general fund, and this goes from July 1 of 2018 to June 30th of 2019, general fund receipts, total receipts were $13,096,863.51. Total claims allowed was $12,681,236.50 for an ending cash balance of $415,627.01. Road fund total receipts $6,133,101.75. Total claims $5,992,576.24, with leaving a cash balance of, with encumbrance of $2,729.06, leaving an unencumbered cash balance of $137,796.45. The jail fund, $4,728,029.19. Total claims, $4,511,386.86. Encumbrances of $38, for an unencumbered cash balance of $216,604.33. Our LGEA fund, $322,000. Receipts are $322,362.25. Total claims, $294,083.17. Leaving an unencumbered, no encumbrances, leaving an unencumbered cash balance of $28,279.08. Grant fund is $57,130.55. Total claims, $128,055, leaving an unencumbered cash balance of $57,002. Our fire fund, total receipts, $3,727,158.69. Total claims, $2,555,722.38, leaving an unencumbered cash balance of $1,171,436.31. Industrial Development Fund, total receipts, $602,204.87. Total claims, $488,406.32. An encumbrance of $1,855, leaving an unencumbered cash balance of $111,943.55. 911 fund, total receipts, $1,857,077.27. Total claims, $1,737,068.48. No encumbrances, leaving an unencumbered cash balance of $120,008.79. Sorry, I know that's boring.
Joan, did you say that the fire commission had excess of 1.1 million?
1.1 million, yes.
Budgeted monies they rolled over?
Correct.
Motion to accept.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Judge, something I was going to
Motion
bring up while Joan was speaking is we need to have today's, I guess, the minutes today to reflect the starting date of the two employees we hired at the road department back on July 19th. The minutes need to reflect their actual starting dates.
What was that date?
Pardon me?
Was the date the 19th, or when was the date?
What was that date, Eugene? What was that date?
That we hired them on the last court meeting.
Yeah, when they actually started?
One of them started 2 weeks ago on a Monday, and the other started 3 weeks ago on a Monday.
Yeah, so this need to reflect their actual starting date.
Jones getting a
Right
date.
now, the minutes say that they will start in 2 weeks.
So one would have been the 29th, and one would have been the 22nd.
We're amending the minutes
Devin Jasper.
when we're almost done.
Kevin Jasper was the
22nd.
Thank you.
Okay.
So have the minutes reflect the Devin
Jasper.
Jasper started on July 22nd.
We amend the minutes?
Yeah, you're fine.
What's the other one?
The other one's name is Hayden Reynolds. Started July 29th.
Amended ones, yeah.
Then we'll need a motion to accept the minutes again with the changes as amended.
Motion.
We have a motion, we need a second.
We're not changing the minutes we just done. We're putting these in these minutes, right?
Well, you're amending the old minute. That's not today's minutes that were being
The
amended.
minutes that we approved at the beginning of the meeting, now we're
last
amending
meeting's
that and
minutes said
revoting.
2 weeks from that
Yeah.
day.
So
So-
make a motion to change the minutes that we just approved?
Instead of, we approved them at the first of the meeting, now we're amending it and voting
The
again.
last meeting, that's what was said, was that they would start 2 weeks from that date.
Yes, but one of them started, that's incorrect.
Yeah, okay.
That was
Because
incorrect.
one of them actually started the
I mean, I was there.
Just
we
an-
appreciate
You wrote
that.
down what was said. It was
Yeah.
not a correct statement, though.
But one of them started July 22nd.
22nd and 29th.
Yes.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second to
Second.
approve the amended minutes? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Dan, for bringing that up. All right, now, Joan, would you like to continue with your,
Did we approve the quarterly?
We did.
Yes.
Okay.
We did do that.
All right, sorry. The next item I have would be the monthly bank reconciliation for the month of July.
Motion to approve.
Second.
got a motion and a second? Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item would be the monthly bill list.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the bill list. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
I also have I have fund transfers. 3 of them will be occupational tax transfers, and 1 of them will be discretionary money that was deposited into the general fund by mistake. So we need to get that corrected. But it will be considered a transfer.
Motion.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I have one last thing that isn't on the agenda, but it came across my desk this morning. Thank you, Steve. It is a memorandum of agreement with the Commonwealth Office of Technology within the Commonwealth of Kentucky's Finance and Administration Cabinet and Pulaski County Fiscal Court for a LIDAR program, and it's basically a we're a pass-through for it. It's in the total of $425,000, and it is, the Commonwealth Office of Technology is responsible for developing and maintaining a base map for the state. So they are asking us to be the pass-through, which they've already kind of sent us.
This is like phase 2. We did this 2 years ago.
Yes.
And they do this, they fly over and they take overhead imagery and very detailed imagery, and it's going to be available to the public to use. I think it'll be housed out of the PVA's office, but it'll be a wonderful tool for developers to be able to look at topography and conditions of the land, both with foliage and without. So it's going to, it's a big win for this area to have this technology.
deal.
But it's not our financial responsibility. We're just the agent that's going to be the pass-through agent.
There's no additional cost to the county.
No. Except for the paper of the check that we write out to them.
Awesome. There's always a cost.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
And a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
No.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Is that all for you, Joan?
No, I think that's it. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a nice day.
Next then will be citizens' comments. We've got a couple here today. I've got CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate. If you'd like to approach the court, talk about your program.
Some information, if I could pass it out. Is that all
Sure.
right? Yeah, okay, thanks. Let me pass this around to everyone.
Thank you.
It is, isn't it? Lift it up there.
Thank you.
Heard that. Thank you.
We meet again. Thank you.
Thank you.
You familiar with this one?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a reservation?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Oh, that's fine. No worries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. My name is Della Justice, and I'm with the Kentucky CASA Network. I'm the deputy director there. CASAs are court-appointed special advocates. These are community volunteers appointed by the family court judges to advocate on behalf of children who are in the court system as a result of abuse and neglect. CASA advocates are sometimes the only constant in a child's life as they go through the system. These advocates get to know the child and what the child needs, and they are able to communicate that information to the people that need to know it. These volunteers meet with the children, the parents, the social workers, the attorneys, the foster parents, the teachers, the doctors, the therapists, and anyone else that's providing services to these children. And then they make a report to the court and the others involved in the case about what the child needs and what is in the child's best interest. We have 23 CASA programs in Kentucky covering almost half the counties. You have a map there that shows where our programs are currently located and our growth plan through 2021 where we want to add more programs. We now have programs in Christian County, these are new programs, Carroll, Grant, and Owen counties, and in neighboring Knox and Laurel counties. We are working with local community members here and Judge Vanover and Judge Venters to start a CASA program to serve Pulaski, Lincoln, and Rockcastle counties. The program will be a local nonprofit organization. It's an independent 501c3, and the purpose of the program is to screen and train and supervise the volunteers that will be available to Judge Vanover and Judge Venters to appoint for the children who have been abused and neglected. So we have received a grant to hire a program director to serve these 3 counties, and we're ready to get started, but we need office space. I know many of you probably know Melinda Dalton. She has, I believe, spoken with Judge Kelly about getting some office space that maybe could be donated to the program. When we at the KCN, we are the state association, when we work with local programs to get a new program started, we really want them to try to get some office space donated. We want this for several reasons. Office space can be a significant drain on a new program's finances, and it helps if they can get the office space donated so that when funds ebb and flow, they don't have that significant cost. The other is that CASA programs are eligible for a federal grant, and the office space that they get donated can be used as a match and leverage to get the federal dollars to help that program. So we like to have that office space as a donated in-kind contribution so that that can be used as a match there. We also like for the programs to have the donated space because it shows the community support. This is a local program being there to serve the children in this community, being served by volunteers from this community, and we like to see that support coming from the local government officials. So on behalf of that organizing committee, I would like for you to consider providing donated office space for the local CASA program. I'm happy to take any questions.
If I may, I've spoken with Melinda about
Yes.
that, and as you all know, my office handles the dependency, neglect, and abuse cases in circuit court. And I've spoken with our 2 family court judges about this. They're excited about CASA coming into our circuit and our district here, and everybody's supportive of it. It's a great benefit to the court system, the family court system, but only second to the benefit that the children get from it.
Yeah.
So, and we've actually got some furniture that my office had some surplus furniture that we were going to donate.
Oh, that's
If
great.
the
Oh, that's
The
good.
county gives you office space here, so
Okay.
if there's any space, this is certainly a worthy initiative.
We've actually, I met with Ms. Justice and we've toured the building. We've got a couple areas that would be suitable for their needs.
Yes.
So I think we can do that. My recommendation, though, would be maybe 24-month terms, just in renewable. If the program is successful in 2 years, then we can look at renewing it, but I'd hate to do it indefinitely without.
Yeah, we need something in writing with a term to it.
You need to make a motion today?
Yeah, if y'all would approve this, then we'd get busy trying to find space for them.
Motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you all. Look forward to working with you.
Yes, thanks.
Finally, we've got Michael Peterson. Last but not least, he's here on behalf of Project 5810. We've
Julie's prettier. She was supposed to be here.
let you talk about what you're doing there.
Kroger picking up food right now, so we start packing again tonight. So I'm Michael Peterson. I'm here representing Project 5810, which is a backpack program that provides meals on the weekends for food insecure children in Pulaski County. We're currently packing about 850 bags a week. Number will change a little bit as the school year's just getting started. Kids are just now being kind of identified. The county's always been a great supporter of our program. Our annual fundraiser is September 7th, and we're here to ask for your support again of $2,500.
You talked about your fundraiser. You didn't tell them where. You're changing this year, right?
Yeah, sorry. We our switch gears. Yes, we're actually historically the last 5 years has been at the Center for Rural Development, and this year we have changed it. We're actually going to Bear Wallow Farm. Wesley and Alicia Logston have graciously donated the facility this year and all their staff, and they're going to be providing all the food and doing all the cooking and staff available. So Bear Wallow will be open the next weekend to the public, so it'll be the weekend before September 7th, 5:30 to 8:30. And we will have basically everything, it'll be a private event for just Project 5810. Everything will be open as Bear Wallow exists on a normal business day, except for the pumpkin patch. So everything for the kids. We want it to be a lot more family-friendly this year. With corporations that buy tables, sometimes they don't fill them at the center. And we're hoping that if we make it a little more casual and family-oriented, that their employees will bring their kids, and we'll just have a more relaxed setting. We're going to have some local entertainment that's going to be playing the guitar and banjo and some other events like that. So it should be a really good event this year.
And I'll put you on the spot with numbers here. Any estimate of how many volunteers in the county are involved with this program?
Hundreds, literally hundreds. We have, excellent question, because they don't get enough credit. It's 100% volunteer ran ministry. I know at Oak Hill, we have a minimum of 30 people every Tuesday and sometimes 150. I mean, we almost have too many people sometimes, which is hard to say when you're asking people to volunteer and loyal as any employee. I mean, and it basically is a part-time job that you do out of the goodness of your heart for these children. And we don't, for those of you who don't know, maybe for the citizens, we don't recognize or identify the children. The Family Resource personnel at each school identifies the children. We just are the laborers. We pack the bags. We put about 16 food items in each bag. It'll provide them about 3 meals for the weekend. And it's 100% donation driven. We only pack as many bags as we have the funds for. So nobody in our organization gets 100% of the money goes to food, just for the children.
If I may, I would think that the community needs to commend you and Julie, because you all work so tirelessly for this. And
you.
I think that what you do is amazing, and I think it's a wonderful project. I know the kids depend on it.
Thank you. Takes
I'll
an
second
army.
that, because
Yeah.
my wife is there every week packing bags,
Every
and they're
week.
always there.
Yeah,
hours
they are.
putting it together, so.
Your daughter and I used to always stand next to each other packing.
So, he's asked for $2,500 for the coming year.
Everybody look at me.
Motion.
Second. We have a motion and a second.
We know you got a kind
Any further discussion?
Why does everybody's head
All in
turn?
favor? Any opposed? Michael, thank you for what you
Okay,
do.
thank you, guys.
Court. All right.
Since we're talking about the kindness of fiscal court, you know, I can't hardly go through a meeting without talking about Mud Mayhem, which is scheduled for July 18th next year, since the county plays such a huge role in that. We're limiting it, the registrations to 750 people next year. And registration opened this morning, I think at 8 o'clock, and we've already had 66 people pre-register, so almost 10% of the total registration number is signed up on the first day. So anybody that wants to do it better jump in and get signed up. Plus, I think the discount rate ends in a week, something like that. And I think that's all I was going to say about it, other than, last time I neglected to thank two people that really were significantly involved and are every year, and that's Dan Price, that we couldn't do without, and Danny Maston. So, thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danny.
That's a fun time. That's a good time.
Thank you, Danny.
All right, with no further business, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any
I'm gonna
opposed?
start voting on this one.
Thank you all.